Hang on, Mischa, cut for a sec.
Okay.
Carlos, cut this part out, please.
Or not. I can make weird kwento to you people about football. Because I apparently know a lot. Just kidding. I mean, I do know some of it. I think the table looks very interesting. Um, but yeah. Drama fix Grogu. Very happy we're not talking about football crushes, because that's like another story that I will not get into. But like Bayern Munich defenders number 5s. I had Mats Hummels and I had Benjamin Pavard. Sis was being fed. I was being fed. I need to stop talking. This is so awkward. Carlos, I swear to God, if you keep any of this, I might kill you. Or not. We'll see. Hello, and welcome back to the Saberbs podcast. I'm here again. I'm Mischa for y'all those who do not remember. And today we are joined with another friend of ours.
Hi, I have friends. Yay! Look, I'm bad. I'm bad with podcasts, people. This is my very first podcast ever.
I mean, also mine, but sure, whatever.
No, this is your second episode. This is my first.
Okay. So who are you?
I'm Marcus. I'm 20 years old. I'm currently a freshman in college, studying entrepreneurship, and I am a massive football fan, as you can see by my shirt.
You. Today we're gonna go not deep delve, but go into our sort of love of football and give our views on what has happened so far during the season, and a bit of predictions specifically for the Premier League and the UEFA Champions League, just because we think those are the most interesting and the ones that are the hardest to predict, unlike the rest of the European leagues. No shade, because again, I'm a Bayern Munich fan.
Quite frankly, I mean, I don't know about her. Quite frankly, they're the ones I only care about.
Okay, this is okay. We're gonna try and not fight, okay, or argue about this. Especially last year, we live streamed like the last few legs of the Champions League together. So we'd stay up at like 3 a.m. and watch these matches. They got pretty intense. Let's just say there were a lot of screaming involved and a lot of anger. So. That's like
well, there was a lot of screaming in your end from the very get-go because Bayern really did their thing on Barcelona.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
screaming. 8 to admit it, fellas. Yeah, 8 to admit it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing a Man United shirt and not a Barcelona shirt.
Hey, I'm also a Real Madrid fan, but it's been a slow season, so we're gonna talk about that later.
I think we can start with how we kind of started liking football.
Oh yes, that's a good start.
Because this is actually something I never knew of you. I don't think you ever told me like truly how you started liking football. So this is gonna be a first time for me as well.
Yeah, okay, I'll share this. I feel like I'm half Spanish. I'm a Spanish Filipino. So technically it's in my blood, but kind of not. Like, my parents and my family were never like huge fans or like would like tell me to become a fan of football. Like, it was just like through passing. Like, yeah, like my family, like my uncle is a massive Real Madrid fan. He had like a season ticket 03, 04 maybe around that time. So that was how I became to like Real Madrid, because I feel like my family would kill me. So, and like I enjoy the team. I like the team, so I stayed with that. But when I started becoming a fan of football, I think it was the summer of the 2014 World Cup. So that was the year that Real Madrid won a Champions League that year. So there was a little bit of momentum, being like, oh, okay,
yeah,
there's some momentum. Then I was very bored that summer, because there was some not so great personal issues in my life happening. So like I sort of was like, let's watch football. Let's give it a shot. I'm bored. It's the only sort of form of entertainment I kind of have at the moment. So I stayed up watching the Spain versus Netherlands match, which was hell to watch because we lost 5-1. So that was painful. But for some reason, that painful experience made me like the sport even more. So then I don't know. I don't like pain for enjoyment, by the way. That's not something I'm into. But in that specific moment, I guess it worked. So, yay me. So, I continued watching, I think, almost every match from then on. I'd stay up really late and watch all the games. And, like, I really had so much fun. I sort of had the same enjoyment of, like, when I would become a fan of, like a musician I liked. I had, like, the same enjoyment and, like, same amount of, like, effort and passion I had into watching the sport. I was never, like, an actual footballer. I kind of suck at playing the sport. Although, the summer after that, in PE, I started actually doing well. So I started doing well in the sport. So it did help me in a way to, like, become better in my grades. But, like, yeah, that's how I sort of enjoyed watching the sport, was through the World Cup that year. Marcus, how about
Yeah.
you?
Well, for me, from the moment I began to exist in this beautiful world of ours, wow, I'm amazing. No, my dad kind of grew me up as a Manchester United fan because of Beckham, Van Nistelrooy, when Ronaldo was there, Rooney, that those glory days. And then he started making me play football for like my exercise as a young child, right? Like
Mhm.
get into sports and stuff. And so I was part of a football team. And for a while I kind of just did it for fun. And
Mhm.
then it kind of fizzled out because I got too lazy to wake up early in the morning to go to practice.
Wow, amazing.
um,
Amazing.
After we moved houses, he and I were watching a Manchester versus Blackburn game, and the team was different. Ronaldo was already gone by this point. Van der Sar was still our keeper. Um, Van Persie hadn't joined yet,
Mm.
but they were good, and it was very captivating. And I told my dad, "Hey, I want to play football again." So we signed up for a different team, and then in 2011, I got my first injury to my left knee, which never healed, and then but I kept playing not as frequently as I did, but I started watching more. I think part of the reason why I fell in love more with football as well was because I traveled to Europe during some of the best moments of football. Um, Inter's championship treble. I was in Milan when they won the Champions League, and I was just a few blocks away from the Duomo Square where they were streaming the entire thing. And I was just there when they started they started mobbing the place, and it was electrifying. It was insane.
Wow.
But yeah, and after that, I think I was like, I told my dad, hey, I really want to keep doing this. So I did it more often,
Mhm.
and then in 2015, I went abroad for my first international tournament. To which I injured my right knee there, and I was 14 at the time. Um, and then at some point my knees got too bad that I had to kind of retire from like amateur, like genuine team play where you're like part of a team, you're doing drills,
Mhm.
you're going to every practice. But I still kept up with the games. I still kept up with Champions League and the Premier League because they're electrifying and they're so fun to watch. And then where I am now with it is I play for fun and mostly for exercise. I'm not as good as I used to be. I'm washed up, as the kids would say, but watching and following the leagues is still something I do, and it became more exciting once you and I started
Yeah.
talking about it a lot more often actually.
Yeah, for sure. Like, out of our friend group, we're the only ones who's like really invest or any investment at all in this sport. Um,
Yeah, like Carlos, who was in the last episode, like he'd be in calls with me and Misha, especially during the time when I was streaming you the Champions League games.
Yeah.
You and I would be talking about like offsides or like yellow cards, and he'd just be there like, yeah, sports.
yeah. Yeah, literally. It's something that like we really bonded
but-
over.
Well, it's been more fun recently because you kind of see, because growing up as a football fan, when you're following the leagues recently, you're kind of seeing kind of the evolution of teams. So, like from the glory days of United, I saw it completely fall apart in one season, and then they try to desperately build themselves back up. So I'm a Man United fan, obviously. United for life. But the the journey hasn't been easy. It's a bit easier now, but back then it was painful.
Mm-hmm.
I know for you, your journey has been pretty smooth sailing up until recently.
I mean, like, yeah, like my journey's been pretty okay because, like, obviously I support Real Madrid through my family, and I do. But I personally, again, found my personal love for Bayern Munich after, I think, around, obviously, because Germany won the World Cup. I was like, okay, I'll explore what the German leagues are and all the other leagues and, like, what team. So, and I gravitated to Bayern Munich because, like, I like the vibe of their team. I don't know. Like, I really believed in the team and, like, the camaraderie, and they played hella good football. So, like, it's either one team is doing okay and the other team does great, or, like, vice versa. So, like, I'm just in, like, a cool, smooth sailing sort of, like,
Yeah.
my teams are okay. We're sort of plateauing right now with Real Madrid, which which we'll get into later. But, like, Bayern Munich's doing great. We're doing fine for the most part.
Inter were in a very shaky spot. The Inter are the second team I support the most. But now they're looking pretty good. I mean, just a quick go into Inter. We're not gonna go into them because they're not in any of the leagues we're talking about right now.
Yes, they got kicked out of the Champions League. I'm not supposed to laugh. I don't have any
Yay.
vendetta against Inter. It's just that I had stress because I know we were in the same, Real Madrid was in the same group stage with Inter, and I had a lot of stress.
Yeah, Inter were looking really good. They had a bunch of former United players.
Yes, but now that I think about it, yes.
But anyway, speaking about United, the Premier League. You are UK based.
Yes, I live in the UK, but I don't support any UK team, like, fully at all, which is, I guess, fine.
Yeah. But you and I follow the Premier League pretty religiously.
Yeah,
now,
Mhm.
ever since it got interesting.
Yes, because let me just say, when this season began, how the table looks now is not how I would have expected it to look at all. With freaking Liverpool at, like, what, 7th now? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, 7th.
Liverpool are 7th, yeah.
Oh, also
They lost 3 of their last 5.
yeah. Also, disclaimer: we are filming this on April the 1st during the international break. This episode might come out, like, the weekend when everything starts back up again. So obviously these will probably change, but at the moment, this is what all the things look like.
Yeah, we decided to film it during the break such that we wouldn't have to be rushed into filming it. You know, there's a break.
Yeah.
You know, no one cares about England versus something.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It ain't coming home yet, lads.
Yeah. Henceforth, my nickname is Football is Not Coming Home. Watch me get pitchforked outside my house right now. If you don't see me in any future episodes, you now know why. You have an idea of what happened to me.
Well,
Okay.
I think the thing that's not much of a surprise is City are on top by a lot.
Well, okay. It's not a surprise, but also kind of a surprise because they had a shaky start to their season, right? So I was like, oh, okay, we're not gonna see City because, like, at the beginning of the season, like, freaking Everton was, like, at the top of the league, and everyone was like, what is going on?
Wait, wasn't Southampton top of the league for a bit as well?
Actually, if I believe so, they might have been. If we are wrong, cut this part out, by the way.
Watch him not cut this part out.
Yeah, watch him not cut it out at all.
Not to worry. I have a permit.
This just says I can do what I want.
No, but, like, yeah, we had very interesting teams. And, like, currently Leicester is 3rd, right? There were times where they were 2nd.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So they're having a good run. West Ham, all of a sudden, is 5th. And after all these years, they're actually doing well. You know? Like,
Yeah.
I remember West Ham almost being relegated, like, a season or 2 ago. And now they're, like, in the top 5. And Liverpool is out of the top 5. And Spurs are, well... surprised but not surprising.
They're kind of... No, well, they're kind of higher than they were a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I think that's I think that contributing to the fact that Harry Kane is top goal scorer right now. I think.
Yeah, Harry Kane is doing
I
very
think he's leading
well.
the league in goals.
Yeah, he is. He's doing very.
He's also
well.
He's also leading the league in assists. It's freaking Harry Kane FC right now.
I know Harry Kane is doing very well, but his team not so much.
Yeah. Big surprise. Something that I love. Arsenal are 9th.
Remember the time, like years ago, when Arsenal fans were like 4th? You know, there was that whole joke.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would pray.
Arsenal.
They would pray to be 4th right now. I'm telling you, they would be
They
praying.
would pray. They just want any reason to be back in Champions League.
Yeah, honestly, even Europa League at this point, fam. Like Arsenal is a weird hit or miss, being like they can be good, but like I feel so bad because Arteta's not that bad. Like obviously he did well in Man City. It's just that I don't know. Arsenal just plays kind of boring football now, and disappointing football.
Yeah, it's really disappointing that they play boring football when they have Aubameyang.
I know.
Who's the in Dortmund he was
Yeah.
the most electrifying player. Like
I know, like a lot of footballers' dreams is like going to the Prem is like my biggest goal, my biggest dream, which is great. But then like I feel so bad for him because it's like not working out well for him at all.
yeah, because don't they also have Lacazette?
Yes,
'Cause
Lacazette.
Lacazette was crazy for I think it was Olympic Lyon.
Yes, he was amazing.
Yeah, but now they're together in a team. It doesn't seem to be working out.
I know.
Remember that time when Leeds were on top of Arsenal?
Oh yes, there was a Leeds has sort of plateaued down to okay-ishness, but like Leeds is doing very well. Beginning,
I'm not disappointed with their performance.
Yeah, no, I was expecting, and I still am expecting sort of mid-table, higher part of the table. Same with Villa,
Yeah,
just because
I'm
they
not-
have Grealish.
Yeah, but I don't predict Leeds finishing in the top 10, which is not a bad thing on them. If they finish anywhere in the mid-table, past relegation, that would be amazing.
I have high hopes for Leeds. I think Leeds are gonna do great. With their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of have to. They have a great manager. In that.
Yeah. Talk about my team though. United are second, which if we were talking about this maybe like 9 years ago, wouldn't be that much of a surprise. Now that we're talking about it, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I know. You're very happy. They were top of the league at one point, and then Man City got good.
They were top of the league.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
And then Man City got good, and you guys kind of plateaued off. So he's mad now.
Yeah.
So my favorite thing is to just mess him up, being like, "Oh, United's playing a game right now." He's just like, no comment, just so he doesn't jinx anything.
Well, to be fair, the only real contention we have is for second place because I think Leicester is our closest contention. Which I'm very happy Leicester are third because I think after they won the Premier League, they went like a few seasons where they were like in the middle of the top 10, so they weren't doing so well, and obviously they went through all of the changes. Mahrez left, Conte left, Claudio Ranieri left. Vardy's still there,
Yeah.
which amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And no, yeah, but now they're back. It seems to have a system going that's really good, and it's exciting to see.
For sure. Like, I feel like out of all the teams, even though they're third, I feel like they're still underdogs. Because, like, I don't hear as much about, like, Leicester games as much on, like, as much online or people talking about it. But, like, they're on a really good trajectory, right? Like, they have currently 56 points. And the team below, Chelsea, has 51. So, they're going on a pretty solid, like, gap between all the rest of the teams. Which is really cool.
Yeah. The thing that surprises me about Chelsea, though, I never realized this. I remember that time when Mourinho it was Drogba's final year at Chelsea, like a final ever year, and Mourinho was in charge. They won the league. But then the thing that surprised me is they won the league after that again. And I didn't hear about it at all.
Yeah. I think it's something to like, Chelsea have won, not recently, but semi-recently. But it feels like it's been such a long time since they won for some reason. Like, I don't know why. But, like, it feels like a long time.
Well, Chelsea are fourth now.
Yes, they are.
And they're in contention with West Ham. If West Ham make it top 4,
I'll be surprised if they do. Not gonna lie.
yeah, I'd honestly be kind of surprised as well. They did lose more games than Chelsea, but Chelsea drew more, I think. So yeah, that's why they're only 2 points ahead.
Yeah, they've won the similar
Okay.
games.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. All right, let's. You want to make some predictions?
Okay, this is.
We'll do the top 5,
Mhm.
and then we'll do the bottom 3.
Yeah.
The bottom 3 that gets relegated.
Yes. Okay, you should go first.
What? Okay,
You're the actual Premier League
I'm
fan.
saying this.
I just watched it. You actually have a team.
Okay,
I don't.
I'm saying this as a genuine Man United fan. These are my predictions. I'm saying this as a genuine Man United fan, and it pains me to say it. City are gonna win the league. I think I'd be kind of stupid to think that United are gonna catch up in what, like, less than 10 games, when City are just a powerhouse right now. But I think United are going to be second. I think they're going to hold on pretty well, hold off Leicester's fight for second place. I think it's going to be close between Leicester and Chelsea, but I think Leicester are going to keep third just because of the lead they have now and how many games are left.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to do a bit of a wild card here. I think West Ham are going to be fourth and Chelsea are going to be fifth.
Oh, he went there. He went there, guys.
Yeah.
He went there. All right.
Yeah. And then for my bottom 3, bottom of the bottom is Sheffield for sure. Like, they're just tragic right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think 19th place will probably be. I think West Brom's gonna stay 19th.
It has to.
Which was really disappointing.
Yeah, it is. But like, look at the points.
I know, it's so sad. Like, 18th place Fulham is 26 points, and they're not even safe. And these two are on 18 and 14.
Oh God.
I think between Fulham and Newcastle, I don't know what's gonna go on there because Newcastle are a game behind. But I think just because Newcastle has had more experience being in the Premier League, so I feel like they'll be able to hold their head above water more. I think Fulham is gonna get relegated.
Okay. Good shout.
Yeah. I'm actually wait. Let me make a notepad of that right now.
12 seconds later.
It's my turn to make predictions, which is, I don't usually like making predictions, but I will anyways. So, top 5. Yeah, at this point, there's 8 games left in the season. At this point, it seems like almost a shoo-in for Man City to win this year. Which, honestly, did not expect at the beginning of the year, but also I'm not surprised. This will make Marcus happy. I do think United will secure second. As much faith as I have in Leicester, I feel like United's still has more strength in securing that second. Although, okay, stop agreeing with me, sir. Just because it's your team. Anyways, although I think it might be a bit close though. Like, as much as he said...
No, it's definitely going to be close.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is close now.
Because...
I think it's still going to be close.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they're on the same amount of games and Leicester has more wins, but they just lost.
Yeah, exactly.
They're separated by a point.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It will be close, but Man United will be second. I do believe City will be... Leicester City. Sorry. Will be third. They seem to have a reasonable gap between fourth currently, which is Chelsea, and I genuinely think they can hold that off for the rest of the season and pull off third and be back in the Champions League, which I'm really excited for them to be back there.
Yeah.
Fourth, see, this is where we get into odd territory because all of the from 4th to about 8th, all of their points are very close.
Yeah, that is true.
So this is where like either this international break does good things for a couple of these teams or it does terribly for these teams as well, because this is where switches can happen, right? Like Chelsea, I think will stay 4th, honestly. They're sort of on a good running pace now, like all their, because obviously they had their summer spending spree when they bought when Pulisic came in and Havertz,
Timo Werner.
and Timo Werner. Yeah, they're sort of like they're sort of starting to get momentum of actually scoring goals and doing good things for the team. But like I think they're starting to do well, so I genuinely think they could be 4th. And like I love West Ham. I do, and I love their underdog story, but I think this might put me in hot water, but I think Liverpool might be able to reach back up to 5th, honestly. I think this international break will be good for them to rest players and for Klopp to rethink strategy, and I think they might come out of this international break on a good run. So I think my thing is Man City, United, Leicester, Chelsea, and Liverpool. That's my prediction for top 5.
I think the only reason why I wouldn't put Liverpool top 5, because I kind of agree with you that they will have a resurgence, some sort of resurgence after the international break. The only reason I feel like they won't make top 5 is because after all this, they're still gonna miss Van Dijk. And Van Dijk was like the core of their
team.
defense.
Yes.
And the biggest weakness of Liverpool right now is their defense. Their attack is their attack.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, right?
Yes.
I feel like Klopp's system after they won the Premier League was that Van Dijk was gonna be the central defender. Like he was in charge of the defense.
Yeah.
When he went down, that's when it started to unravel. We saw that their defense wasn't as organized as it would be.
Yeah.
So I feel like without Van Dijk, they would still struggle. But I think that their midfield and their attack would be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
Such that they'll be able to maybe overtake Tottenham.
Yes, they will.
And then who knows? If West Ham kind of flounder after the international break, which I don't really see how they would, then maybe Liverpool will sneak back into top 5, which will be insane.
Yeah, it will be insane. But like also just to think after like all these like years of Liverpool's resurgence back up to the top, winning the Champions League, finally winning the league after 30 years. That like just because like of an injury and like just like bad luck, I guess, and bad tactics, they're now like out of that loop again. Like I feel like that's I think we don't realize that's like a huge downfall, right?
That is a big downfall. It's like if City win the league now, and then let's say like De Bruyne gets injured, and then they just flounder. I feel like maybe
for sure
this year Liverpool it's just like a bad fluke year.
Yeah.
But I feel like next season they're gonna be battling with the top 4 again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like this is just a down year for Liverpool. But
and for your predictions for the relegation,
relegation. I mean, there's not much. Like, I feel like Sheffield and West Brom are like a sure 2019 and 19th at this point, because like with the amount of points they've won right now, like it's impossible for them to move anywhere else. I mean, like
that's true.
Like you would be out of your mind if you think neither of them will be relegated at this point. I think it's definitely for 18th. Like Newcastle, I like Newcastle. I like how they play and I love their camaraderie. How things are being managed, like outside of the football, has been so bad. And I feel like that's kind of infiltrating to the team. But like it's like they have no choice. But like I have faith though that Newcastle will still stay up. But I feel like between Newcastle and Fulham, it might be like it's the last match day battle type thing. That's I think, but like
Yeah.
I think Fulham will go down, but I think it will be like last match day battle between Fulham and Newcastle, for sure.
Well, so we have our predictions. For relegation, I feel like it's no brainer for both of us.
Yeah.
For top 5, we do have pretty different results.
Mhm.
So either one of us or both of us are going to be wearing a clown nose in
Wait,
the next episode we film after all this is done.
Well, I mean, at least it's not like who's winning the league, right?
yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure this guy
I mean,
will be
that's
happy
too obvious
if
now.
His team wins by some miracle.
If United by some miracle win the league, like that is gonna be insane to me. Well, those are our predictions. We'll come back to them when everything is obviously done.
Yes.
Now we move on to the big boys, the good old Champions League.
This is where I can have my expertise and my teams in, because for some reason, for some miracle, Real Madrid has made it to the next round. Look, I'm a Real Madrid fan,
Yeah.
but like, look, the past, like, ever since Ronaldo left, we've been in a very, like, rocky waters. Like, we won a couple, like, we won the league last year for some reason, just because I thought they weren't doing that good, and, Barcelona shit show, so, like, we won the league, thank God. But, like,
Yeah.
I honestly had no hope for us this year with the Champions League. I was like, round of 16 at best. It was looking at one point we were gonna be out at the group stages, and we were gonna go to the Europa League. But by some miracle, we made it now to the quarterfinals. But I don't think we're gonna get any further, because at the time of recording, Sergio Ramos is apparently going to be out for both games.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that.
Well, the games that are lined up for next week are Madrid versus Liverpool,
I'm gonna kill myself.
which and we got Man City versus Dortmund. I'm obviously gonna root for Dortmund in
I
that
will
one.
too, because also I actually want Dortmund to win. They have a sick ass
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, they really do.
Although
We already talked about Liverpool. We already talked about Madrid. Well, in terms of Madrid, I don't know. They're a very confusing team to me this season.
yes, they are. How do you think I
Zidane-
feel?
Zidane is keeping them up there in La Liga, and they're keeping him forward in Champions League. But yeah, Man City, Dortmund, Man City it's Man City.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah, De Bruyne, Rodrigo, Mahrez, Sterling,
I feel like Man City will win.
and you got Dortmund. He had Jadon Sancho, Haaland. They're a really young team.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it makes Dortmund exciting. Is because they're a young team and they're actually like resurging ish. I say ish because we can easily kind of kick their ass, but like they play more exciting football now. I will say, like I'm excited to see what goes on.
And then we got
So-
Bayern versus PSG, which is basically just the final.
The final again.
In the quarterfinal.
I mean, I'm a bit scared because they might
Uh,
bite us in the ass again, but I also don't think so.
No, but yeah, Neymar's availability, I just searched up. Apparently him, Barca, Bartomeu, and Russell are going to stand trial in a Barcelona court for his transfer from Santos to Barcelona back.
Oh my god!
I thought this entire saga was done.
What? Dude, Barca's just in so much hot shit right now. Like,
They're pretty fucked
like,
up
they're, like
now.
not
That's
only
the first
that,
swear word I used.
not only that court case. I'm pretty sure they have more court cases about like, who was the former owner? Who was?
Can't remember.
Anyways,
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
yeah, apparently there's a court case
Yeah.
for him now because of all this messy bullshit. It's messy, and not to make a pun, but it is messy. Anyways, I mean, I think we have a pretty good chance to win against PSG. I mean, we did it before. Teams are different, but like I still think we can win.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be easier for you this time, depending on Neymar's availability, because I don't see anything about his availability for this game. I'm sure he might play, but it's just like we haven't heard anything about Neymar at all.
Yeah.
the only thing we heard was that he didn't play the Barcelona game.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
And then like who else do we have on that team? I mean, is Draxler still in PSG or did he leave?
I don't know. You have Mbappe.
I'm gonna check
though.
this.
Mbappe's
Yeah, we have Mbappe.
he's good.
Okay, so Draxler's still in the team. Mbappe is on the
Thiago
team.
Silva left, no?
Yeah, he's in Chelsea.
Oh yes, I remember.
Just so
I
random.
remember now.
We have Kimpembe.
Hmm.
No, that we have they have a different coach,
Yes.
which maybe might give them a bit of an edge, but then at the same time you're going against freaking Flick and Bayern.
Yeah, this
It's
is
almost the same
different.
Bayern as
Yeah,
last season.
it almost is. Actually, though, I will say this. Apparently, Lewandowski is not gonna play, which is worrying me. Part 2.
I feel like you shouldn't be too worried just because you have Leroy Sané now.
Yeah, that leaves space.
Like you don't have a real striker. But if you think about it, you can put Goretzka at striker just because of how strong he is.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, that's very true.
Because he can strong arm his way past the defenders and then just get through on side.
Get goals. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm just
Yeah.
more worried just because now Lewandowski's can't score more goals and just break the goal scoring record. It. I love how that's my worry.
Next up we got Porto and Chelsea, which it's a very weird one.
Yes, it's weird because like you would think there's a sure winner, but I personally am not sure about either team.
The fact that Porto is there to begin with already gives you doubt. Like, okay, maybe Chelsea might not win this.
I know there's more. I technically see more favor for Chelsea, but this isn't like easy for them. I don't think it's gonna be
It won't.
easy.
It's. I feel like Chelsea will win, but it's gonna be like one of those games where it's like, it's so, like last gasp.
I agree.
All right. Predictions. Okay, Man City Dortmund game. I think City are going to win against Dortmund. I think Dortmund are going to put up a fight, but I think City are just it's City,
Mhm.
right? And then I think Chelsea are going to win against Porto. That's going to be close. You're going to hate me. I think PSG are going to win against Bayern. Just because they're gonna have that chip on their shoulder and they're gonna be looking for revenge. I think it's gonna be a 1-0 to PSG and it's gonna go to maybe extra time. But I think PSG are just going to like go all out against Bayern just because for revenge. I could be wrong, of course. We could always be wrong.
I hope he's wrong, guys.
But
I hope he's
I feel like that's
wrong.
all. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I hope I'm wrong as well. Just I kind of want Bayern to go through.
Wow. Duality of man.
and then-
right here.
No. The only reason I'm saying PSG is because I feel like Neymar will be available for that game unless he's injured. I don't know if he's injured. We don't know if he's injured, but I guess if I'm thinking if Neymar is available and their whole team is healthy, I think PSG are gonna go through like on the cusp.
Okay.
And then Madrid versus Liverpool. Like I said, Liverpool's defense is it's in such a weird, bad state right now that I think Madrid are gonna go through, and I think Madrid might have a bit of a hard time, but I think it's gonna be pretty easy after they score a goal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so City, PSG, Chelsea, Real Madrid. Okay, so City, PSG. This is where I think City are gonna have the upper hand and make it to the finals. Just because they don't have Bayern in their way. Like I said, it's gonna be very close between PSG and Bayern. If it was Bayern there, I think Bayern would have made it because I feel like Guardiola wouldn't have had a chance
Yeah,
against
no.
that Bayern team.
Guardiola's gonna crack under
But
pressure.
because it's Yeah, but because it's PSG, I feel like their team is still not solid enough to pick apart someone like City. So I think Guardiola will have the advantage there. So City will be in the final, and then Chelsea, Madrid, right?
Yes.
Madrid. Yeah, I won't say anything else. Just Madrid, and then City Madrid final.
Oh, I know who's gonna win this one.
This one's
I will
tough.
not even break my heart. If this is your final, I know who's gonna win. But that's my opinion. We'll
feel-
get
yeah,
to my
I think-
prediction later.
I think City. It seems too convenient for City right now, with them on track to win the Premier League and they're this far into the Champions League. I think they're gonna win the Champions League.
Damn.
So yeah, that's
Damn.
those are my predictions.
Damn. Sir really went there. Sir
yeah.
really went there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's your turn, Mrs.
Woo!
Madrid and Bayern fan.
Yeah, because I might break my own heart for my predictions right now. Okay. So, City versus Dortmund. As much as I love Dortmund and I want them to win, City does have the upper hand. They really do. I think it will be fairly close, I believe, but I think City is going to win. Pretty fair and square,
Yeah.
honestly. Porto versus Chelsea. This one's a bit difficult because I kind of see them on the same playing ground or the same playing field. Sorry. I think Chelsea will win. I feel like this will be like a very stalemate game, and then like a single goal is gonna go in, and I think that goal is gonna come from Chelsea, personally. Now Bayern PSG. Of course, I think Bayern's gonna win this. As much of like I know like the whole like revenge thing exists, and I've been on the side of revenge of football before, but like, nah, our team is too G. It is too great even without Lewandowski, which is kind of giving me a bit of a headache that he's not gonna play. Bayern, I think, is gonna win. I think it also will be close. I don't think it'll be as close as Chelsea versus Porto. I think it will still be kind of close though because they are both very strong teams at the moment, for sure. Real Madrid versus Liverpool. Now this one I think out of all the predictions is the most difficult for me because Real Madrid are so wishy-washy at the moment. Same with Liverpool. But look, I did not expect
really
Liverpool to get through the quarterfinals. Now they are, and now they scare me, right? Like when we played them in the final all those years ago, I was not scared of that game at all. It was great. We won, obviously, but now I am a bit scared.
Yeah, I'd see why you were. Well, to be fair, you did have Ronaldo in that game.
Yes, I know. This is why, as I said earlier, Ronaldo, was our, savior. No, I'll say it. I'll say it. Real Madrid. Real Madrid will win. Very close. I think this is a very close game as well. But I think Real Madrid will win.
Yeah.
Okay. So that leaves me with Man City versus Bayern, and Chelsea versus Real Madrid. So, Man City Bayern is gonna be I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think Bayern can win it because I know Guardiola is scared as shit. I know he's shitting his pants. I think we will be able to win. We'll have Lewandowski back, and although I feel like again Man City will put up a good fight. I truly believe that. Like not to discredit, like they have a good team. But I think Bayern will be able to work out the kinks, and I feel like Guardiola will fall under pressure.
Yeah.
Now, Real Madrid versus Chelsea. This is where they're both wishy-washy teams. Technically, at the moment, Chelsea's kind of playing okay. Real Madrid also is. We were on like a winning streak-ish recently, and I was like, whoa, okay. This is where it gets interesting because I am kind of clueless. This game, for all I know, can end in penalties.
They won 3 of their last 5 in La Liga.
Which is fine. But we're going up with and now Clasico's coming up, so I'm gonna shit my pants again. You know what? I have a weird feeling Chelsea's gonna beat us. I do.
That's interesting.
I don't think it will happen,
If
but I have a weird feeling it will.
if it's that fixture, well, I mean, I said Madrid were gonna win, but it's very dependent because if you have Sergio Ramos, I feel like you'll have a pretty solid enough
Yeah,
defense
we'll
to
be okay.
keep them at bay. But if Ramos is not
Yeah,
playing,
I feel
then
like we're
my prediction is kind of in the bin.
yeah, like Tuchel leads well. Hello, he led PSG to the friggin' Champions League final. So I feel like he
Finals.
might do it again. So as much as I love Real Madrid, I have a feeling that Chelsea's gonna win against Madrid. So I'm predicting a Bayern-Chelsea final, which I'm pretty sure Bayern's gonna smash them. Although at the same time, I don't think Bayern is able to win the Champions League back to back, but I want them to. So it's a Bayern-Chelsea final, and I want Bayern to win. The end.
All right. Well, those are our predictions.
We really went controversial for Champions League, didn't we? Wow.
Yeah, I said. I literally had the audacity to say PSG were gonna beat Bayern and then City are gonna win the Champions League, and you thought Chelsea are gonna beat Madrid.
Yeah, let's see if this bites us in the
That's crazy. Like honestly, if all our predictions are somehow wrong and Porto somehow wins the Champions League,
Good for them, honestly. Good for them.
honestly, good. Like I'm not even gonna clown us for that. That's just like that. That's a
just-
Leicester type story
yeah.
right there.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
At this point. You know what? I'll take it. Anyways, okay.
I think we'll
Cut all
cut
that
all
out.
that out. Yeah.
Part 10.
If you see a bunch of cuts in this, a bunch of cuts in this episode, you kind of realized why.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you realized, but we went a bit off the rails. If this wasn't the podcast, we would be talking about this for another 3 hours, and we would have been talking about like some crazy story in League One or something.
Yeah, we would.
We would have gone everywhere.
We will return back to this
Yeah, we'll
topic
keep it short.
at the end of the season, so expect another episode about football probably end of May,
Yeah.
beginning of June, where we revisit our predictions, see if we were clowns or we were actually smart and right for some weird reason. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of The Suburbs. Remember to
Yeah.
like, comment, and subscribe and do all that fancy stuff. If you have any predictions or think we're jack shit, leave them below. We can fight in the comments. Or not
Yeah.
fight. Healthy discourse is great. And we'll see you
Yeah.
next time.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Fun fact for everyone, if this actually goes in the podcast, I'm blind. Not legally blind, but like I have really bad eyesight.
Legally Blonde? Oh, wait, nope, that's a sneak peek.
That's another episode. Next on The Saberbs.